And it's the UFO videotape that has America and the world talking because it came from the space shuttle. Startling evidence next. Some say it shows a spaceship orbiting the Earth. And if you think that's crazy, I should tell you, the video comes from NASA.
There have been videotapes before, of course, but this simple footage is said to be much more convincing. Watch this white dot. At first, it appears to be just a piece of space junk lost in orbit. Then it makes a right turn, accelerates, and appears to fly away.
Looks like you got an object right in front of you, Mark. Are you looking out there?
UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying overhead.
I'm absolutely convinced. That's all there is to it.
There is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone, whatever that means.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Jonas here, and today I'm continuing my effort to share what I think is some of the best and most compelling UFO footage of all time, because I believe that by studying these amazing sightings, we can discover more about the mysteries of the universe. Everything that I'm about to show you today is footage that was captured in space by NASA and is 100% real. This here is one of the most famous unexplained pieces of UFO footage ever recorded, because even though it is a bit grainy, what we see here is bizarre to say the least. This is NASA footage that was captured from the space shuttle Discovery, orbiting 200 miles above Earth on September 15th, 1991. You can see an object that appears to be like any normal satellite or piece of space debris in orbit around Earth, until this point here, where it takes a right angle turn and rapidly accelerates and flies off into space, just before this other object shoots past from the direction of Earth below. It's almost as though this first object anticipates this coming and jumps into action to avoid being hit.
They say this shot is the most remarkable thing of all on the tape. It could appear that the object turned sharply to avoid this white streak, which flies by exactly where the object had been a moment before.
NASA explained this video as ice particles in space, and that seems to be their explanation for all of the strange footage I'll be showing you today. But that explanation received a lot of criticism for obvious reasons. I mean, it goes without saying that there is no natural object in space that can change speed or direction on its own accord, especially in this dramatic of a fashion. Some people claim that this was actually a military attempt to shoot down a UFO in Earth's atmosphere. And who knows if there is even a hint of truth to that. But one thing is certain, this footage remains unexplained. And it becomes even more interesting when you compare it to this other piece of NASA footage, which was captured from aboard Space Shuttle Columbia. And here again, we can see an object which suddenly changes speed and direction in a similar and also very dramatic way. But what I also want to point out is that in both pieces of footage, there is this mysterious flash recorded right before the object accelerates. And to me, that's very interesting. The similarities here make both of these videos seem even more compelling and legit. And here again, we have a piece of NASA footage where an unidentified object clearly curves and changes its course while flying through space. My friends, there is a long list of NASA UFO footage. Here we have an extremely bizarre piece of NASA footage in which what appears to be a gray spherical object almost seems to materialize out of nowhere right in front of the camera. And in this other clip, again, we have some sort of gray spherical looking object that also appears out of nowhere. And this is an absolutely incredible shot of what I can only describe as a fleet of glowing white orbs flying in formation, which seems very similar to the strange objects spotted flying around here. The deeper that you dig, the more mysterious that this becomes, because patterns start emerging here where one clip seems to validate what is seen in another clip. And again, let me remind you that this is all official NASA footage, and there are literally hundreds of these videos which are completely baffling. And it makes me wonder what other footage our space agencies have that isn't yet public. When you consider these clips collectively, in my opinion, this represents extremely convincing evidence that unidentified objects are operating in the immediate vicinity of Earth. And not only that, but NASA and other space agencies around the world are very fully aware of this reality. Who knows what these objects are? Of course, they're not necessarily spacecraft from another planet, but they seem to be under intelligent control, they seem to be extremely advanced, and they certainly do operate in ways that defy all of our understandings of science and technology. The day is coming soon where humanity as a collective will no longer be able to ignore or overlook this UFO phenomenon in our skies. And when that day comes, it will be one of the most historic and profoundly earth-shaking moments in all of human history that will usher in a new era for humanity here on Mother Earth. This is the great awakening of humanity. I am so excited and curious to see where this takes us. And as always, it is my absolute pleasure and my joy to share this adventure with you.
Looks like you got an object right in front of you, Mark. Can you look out there? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Never mind. It's about your 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock going away. Don't worry about it.